Welcome everybody to Cup with Gup, PGA deep dive and final thoughts for the Honda Classic. Coming to you live from a very, very cold early Wednesday morning here in Norman. We were 77 on Monday. It is now, I think, -8 windshield out there with sleet starting, ice, and all kinds of things to come today. Kiddos out of school, fun times here. We'll be stuck in, I think they said we won't get above freezing till Saturday again, 108 hours or so. So good thing golf starts tomorrow. Have plenty of stuff to watch and keep us busy during this little cold streak. Anyways, you want to join us right now, use the code CUP, get 20% off any package that includes a 7-day risk-free trial. We got UFC this weekend, NASCAR back with Jimbo and Ryan leading the way there. NBA, I think, fires back up soon today or tomorrow from the All-Star break. And then, of course, PGA. We'll have all my stuff going right now. And then we got Showdown every single night. We're all, we got API, TPC. TPC's got a Millie Maker in it. And then we're just, another month after that away from the Masters. So we will start the March to the Masters stuff here probably next week. So good things coming on with all that. Come join us if you would like. Let's get the listener league filled up. They've made it bigger for us. 400 entries, 500 to first place, limited rake, flat payouts. Click the link in the description. Reserve your 3 max entries now. It's a good thing about it. There's only 3 max, so no one can put 150 in there. You don't have to worry about that. You can throw 1 in there and you can still be competitive. We prefer you do 3 because I want to get that full. I'd like to get, my goal would be 500 by TPC and then shoot for 750 for the Masters. So let's get that thing filled up. Appreciate that. Rate and review us on iTunes. As always, our big giveaways, which our next one will be the Masters. That gets you in and holds as strong a weight as anything. There'll be several ways to get into the giveaway for the March to the Masters. That one always is a big one. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like the video. In the comment section, tell me who you want to fade in the 8K range. I pull all those comments. They actually come to my email and I save them, and they all go into the drawing as well. Even if you don't watch the videos, if you're an audio guy, I'm mainly an audio guy just because I'm driving around and stuff or at the gym. Run over there, click the YouTube, click subscribe, and leave a comment. It takes 5 seconds. Underdog, link is in the description. Dollar for dollar match up to $100. I will have some updates on the PGA product with them here at the end of the pod. But they still have plenty of stuff, NBA going on, NFL, and then golf coming back soon as well. Monkey Knife Fight, use the code GUPS, GUPS, dollar for dollar match up to $100 as well. My plays will be at the end of the pod, my play of the week. Click that link, use GUPS, GUPS, get a free dollar for dollar match up to $100. Deep dive and final thoughts. I try to keep this to about 15-20 minutes. I know by Wednesday you've consumed a ton of content out there if you so choose. So really it's just kind of me gathering everything in. I've pretty much written all my final content. Still, working on massage and ownership, stuff like that for the premium members. But I wrap it all back up where I feel things have moved, in the 48 hours. And this tournament, is a little bit different. Not as strong up top. The volatility of it, all that kind of things come into it that I think this will be a little bit helpful. And then, of course, the premium content will wrap it all up later on this afternoon. Weather, there's going to be some winds. It's warm. It is warm there. Going to be a nice weekend. I just don't see any advantage winds-wise. They'll be there. They're certainly, they'll have effect on the course. Gusting at times, maybe 15, 20, but there's not like a specific, especially I more care about Thursday, Friday, because do we have a wave advantage, which could be crucial in a place like that, kind of like the British Open sometimes can be. And I just don't see one. So I'm not factoring at all. If something major changes, I'll definitely update, any articles and stuff I put out, but I don't see one now. So I'm moving on as normal. It will be warm, be nice, no rain, anything like that. So don't forget, we are back on the East Coast. I say back, we are finally to the East Coast. I actually enjoy that. I wake up early every day. I hate the West Coast for that reason. I don't mind watching the night golf. I hate waking up and you got 3 hours till lock or whatever. And not because I'm tinking or anything. It's because, you got stuff going on. You're working. You got, other things going. But you're on alert for a potential withdrawal, especially these days. COVID thing pop up, whatever. That's the biggest issue here. At least by 6 my time or so, which would be I think 6 or so my time. It's pretty much locked and ready to go, and I'm already up at that point. And then obviously Samson's doing the showdown content, but I'm a showdown player, even if I'm not doing it. And I give my thoughts and chime in when need be, but having it wrap up early so you can pull the data, look at it, get stuff locked in instead of waiting till like 9 o'clock at night for the final data to come in. I enjoy that as well. So don't forget that. Set your alarm if you are a West Coast guy or you're not a morning person. Make sure you get your lineups locked tonight for sure, just in case something crazy happens overnight. I'll be around in the morning, certainly always am. So if I see something, I will at the channel. I will try to ping anything I can if we see a withdrawal. Normally this day and age, it's not as big of a deal. There's so many people covering it that you'll see it. Trending to highest owned for me right now, no particular order. Mitchell, Billy Ho, Sungjae, Usti, and Berger. That's pretty, that seemed pretty obvious. Nothing crazy there. Potential sleepers, low owned for me as we've gone through everything. I like Hostler, 1 to 2%. Heard his name a few times. I still don't think he'll get too high owned. His putting on Bermuda kind of worries me a little bit. The rest of the stuff looks pretty good. I think his game's coming around. We have seen him get a hot putter, and I believe it was Houston when he finished second to Poulter, which, if I'm not mistaken, that course at that time was Bermuda as well. So, he can get hot. I like the rolling stat numbers in the deep dive and the course history, even though he hasn't had tremendous success here. I do like all that. And I think he's still going to be that 1 to 2% area. Nick Hardy, 1%, a guy that's just popped, moved up a little bit for me in the deep dive. Hasn't played here, probably the only knock on it, but I'm not too worried about that. Again, another 1%er. Davis Riley, a 2 to 3%er, a guy that we played a lot in the fall swing. I like his pedigree. I like where he's at. Hadn't played here, but he's great on Bermuda putting, limited size, but 26th in the field in the deep dive. I'll go to him this week. And then Nick Taylor, 3%, a guy I played even here in the new year several times. I like him. I like everything about him. He's not going to pot. He's an MME type guy, but he's $7,200. He's right in that thick of where there is a lot of people that are, that people like this week, that he's going to be super low owned and a great pivot in there if you're looking to get off some chalk, quote unquote. Moved up for me since Monday. Woodland, definitely a guy I talked about some, but he's moved up quite a bit. I'm gonna roll with it. I think Woodland could top 5 this thing this week. I like his course history here. Club down plays. If he can just get focused, and we haven't heard anything from him in a while as far as negative and the injuries and all that. 8,200. I think he's going to be 6 to 8% range. I like him. Palmer is a guy I liked, but I've moved him up to a potential core type play. Anybody can be worrisome here with the bear trap and all that, but he actually has great finishes. We talked about that Monday. His rolling stats, he's 22nd for me. Can he putt? Can he stay out of the water enough? Always a risk, but at 7,900, I feel like we're getting a good, solid veteran who, again, I went back to this even, whenever it was 2 years ago, when he got that win and it gave him that break, that fresh air, you saw his game change, and he could relax and play. He likes his place. Chatted with him, that Sunday morning when he finished 4th. I like him a lot. Maybe a personal play, but definitely MME worthy. But he's in flirting with that that core type play for me. Alex Noren, a guy that just wasn't. I didn't talk about it at all, but I looked at it, keep looking at it. Not a guy I normally play. I think he's going to be one of the lower owned in the 9K range. Probably Wolf will be lower, or right around there. But he's going to be in that 10 to 12% range. I don't mind him. 28th in rolling stats, 30th in putting. He's kind of gotten the niche lately for being able to go low on the easier courses, but I think he can grind and grind around here. He's got decent results here, nothing crazy, but at the ownership and everything, I liked him a lot. I hadn't mentioned him, so he's just a guy that moved up and got on my radar. Fade moved down for me. The first twos are easy, Usti and Fleetwood. I just not gonna play them. They're just too chalky. I don't. It is what it is. If I lose to a Fleetwood and a Usti this week, it is what it is. Don't want any part of them. And then Sungjae. Sungjae will strictly be a fade on ownership. I will play him in a situation if I feel I can build a unique enough lineup. There's no reason not to play him per se. This is strictly, hey, I think I can get leverage on the field. Anything can happen here. I like some other builds that I can get up there, go around. Burger's moved up to probably my top play in that range. I'd rather save the $600, less owned, and take a chance type there. Nothing negative on him. The other two I just don't like this week. I like, play him if you want, just to get unique. But he's definitely moved into kind of that, he was on my playlist on Monday that now it's like, I don't want to eat the chalk there unless I have to on certain builds. Seabez, another guy, he's popular, in the industry per se. And I'll die. I mean, that's fine. He's a good putter and he'll need it, but if he's not good elsewhere, I don't know if the putting is going to matter here. So easy fade for me. I got him in that, higher owned for where his dollar amount is, right in that 8,000 range. A good pivot, for instance, I think Palmer will be half his ownership, and I'm willing to go there. Monday redo for me. I'm not as high on Brooks as I thought I was going to be. I think he's going to wind up being decently owned. Nothing crazy, but 14, 15%, maybe 13 to 15%. You could play him. I definitely wouldn't hate it in an MME, but I'm just not. I was thinking Monday he could be a core type play, and I think I'm just moved more to being on Burger and maybe some 9K, and then maybe loading up on the 8Ks and kind of having to keep me from having to go too deep in the sixes this week. I just talked about great form. Great history here. He's not coming in with as strong as form as he has in recent years. And then just the ownership. So that's just kind of a deal there. And then Billy Ho. I think I'd rather play Billy Ho. He was a fade for me on Monday than these guys like Fleetwood, Usti, and all that. I'd rather go there, with the way he's kind of been playing and coming in. And I think he can grind. He's not a big birdie maker all the time, but you tell him he's got to get to 8 under to be there in contention Sunday. I think he could do that. I'm not saying I get there, but I'd rather go there than the Ustis of the world and stuff like that this week. Guys I'm staying strong on, Berger, Mito, and Cam Young. Not moving off of that. Leverage plays this week. It's going to be Neiman. He's going to be the lowest owned. Let me pull up my latest. I got to, I think he's going to be lower owned than Brooks, honestly. So I think Neiman. I think Matt Jones, Matt Wolf, so the Matt Stenner and 9K are both going to be fairly low owned. Woodland and Reed Reed's going to be the lowest owned guy, 8,000 and above in that entire range, all the way up to Sungjae. So by a good long shot. And then Woodland's going to be probably the second lowest in the 8K range only. Reed's going to be lowest, period. So if you want to get some leverage there, that's a good way to get it. I could maybe do Reed and some MME stuff. I hadn't fully locked into my contest yet, but, Woodland definitely, I'm going to play there, and I like that ownership leverage. Like I mentioned, Monkey Knife Fight, click on the link. GUPS, GUPS, gets you dollar for dollar match up to $100. My play of the week is Berger over 15.5 birdie or betters and Usti under 15.5 birdie or betters. That play will get you 3 extra money. Deposit, get matched, throw it in there, triple your money up. We'll have a good week on that. Underdog. So I talked with them, had a call with them. I re-upped with them for the year. So we're good through them through the Super Bowl next year again. I'm excited about what they're bringing, best ball, all that stuff. They were not extremely happy with the overall, what they were putting out there for golf. I think, they didn't really have a full tournament system. It was more round by round. They kind of pulled it down. They're revamping it. They're kind of quiet goal is maybe TPC, but for sure they want to launch their whole entire golf package, golf product by the Masters. So, You can join now. There's still tons of other stuff they got going on. Some best ball stuff already for football. I've seen some guys in the NFL deal talking about, I think it's a quarterback, wide receiver only one. If you want to nibble on that, get used to it. And then we're just, probably 2 to 4 weeks from them having stuff out ready for the Masters and maybe TPC, which is only 2 weeks away. So that code is GUP, dollar for dollar. I like their product. I only partner with people I talk about vision with and mirroring with that. I'm not their biggest client by no means, but they do like our loyalty of our community. That means a lot to me. I like where they're going. I think the golf's going to be exciting when it gets there, whether it be TPC or the Masters. So more on that as we get closer there. And I think we're going to do it. We may do some promo stuff with them included in the March to the Masters. So stay tuned for that as well. My final 5, one and done. I will pick 3 of these guys is Berger, Mito, Young, Sungjae, and Noren. Sungjae would kind of be a hedge if I decide to get off of him. But he's probably going to be popular. So, I don't know if I get there. But those are the 5 I'm going to be choosing between. I always take 3 and play them in mine. I feel really good about this week. Honestly, I do. I like it. We'll look at the E9 later on this afternoon with all this weather and stuff going on. I know Kenny Kim's trying to wrap up a project, so I will update the premium members on that. But either way, I'll be around all evening. Not going to have anything to do. I'm going to be stuck inside, so I'll be able to answer all your questions. We'll be locking up tonight, right? Again, it starts 7. I think it's 7:12 is the first. I don't know what the official lock time is, but I think the first tee time's around 7:12 Eastern, so 6 Central. 4 o'clock on the West Coast. God bless you guys. I'm sorry about that. But I guess for you, at least to get over, really early. But if you work all day, maybe that's not a good thing. So we'll be around all night. I like this week. Let's keep it rolling. Monster week last week in PGA and all the other stuff. NASCAR is going to be great. Looking forward to it all. Have a blessed Wednesday, and I'll talk to you later.